Welcome back for some more Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster! And in the last one we took out another one of the Fiends of the Dark Crystals. We got 2 more to go, and then we'll make our way to the final boss of the game. I'm excited. I think this might be the last episode. Of course, like I said, that's going to depend on how hard the final boss is and how much trouble we have with the remaining 2 Crystal Fiends. We shall see. To be determined. If this is not the final episode, it's probably the penultimate episode. So, we shall see. We shall see. Oh, come on. Alright, so there's one more down straight down that way and one more to the bottom right as well. That other one, the bottom right one, was super tough. Cerberus was not very hard, and the 2-headed dragon we fought was a little harder than Cerberus, but not that hard either. So these final boss battles, they really did not balance very well. Some of them way harder than the other ones. Alright, forget which one it is that leads to where I want to go. That one. Oh my goodness, can we not run away without being hit 75,000 times? Please? We're going through all our magic. Alright, here we go. Alright. You've come far, but this is the end of the line. The world will be engulfed in darkness and return to the void. Whoa! Check out that! That is nightmare fuel. Holy cow! What an enemy sprite. Wow, that gives me chills. The enemy designs in this game has been very, very good. I wonder if she has an elemental weakness we can exploit. Probably not. None of the other bosses have. It's taking, let me guess. She's going to take a lot of physical damage, but no magic damage. Well, better than some of the magic damage we've been doing, but she just drained it all back. All right. She can do drain every time, and I'll be fine. Totally fine with that. The damage rolls have a very wide variety of damage. Okay, but she's taking. The first time it did almost 1,000 damage. That time it's like 500 damage, like almost half of what it did the first time. The damage rolls are all over the place. Might as well do Chocobo, if that's the amount of damage we're gonna get out of that. Alright, let the auto battle take over for a little bit. Oh, she does Meteor. Yikes. Chocobo kick did almost as much, did more damage than our second cast. Did almost as much damage as our first cast of Ifrit. Wow, okay, Chocobo kick for the win. I was hoping there would be a boss weak to Chocobo kick. It looks like we found it. Ishinda. Is it Ishinda or Ichinda or Echidna? Echidna. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name of this boss. Haste is starting to wear off. I'm gonna have to think about reapplying it here. Or not. I don't really know how useful haste is, honestly. Some of the damage we're doing without haste is almost as good as what we were doing with haste. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Try to reapply haste. Yeah, Chocobo Kick's the way to go with her. Pretty consistently doing 750 every time. Well, one ninja's dead. Oh, he survived. Nice. Dang it. Yeah, 753 is almost like static damage. That's kind of nice. It's not a lot of damage, but it's nice knowing that it's better than all my other summons, and I have so many of them. I won't ever run out of it. Alright. Great. Whew! She cast insta-death. I missed, thank goodness. Scary! Keep on casting Chocobo. I'm gonna save on a Curaga in case we need it later and use a Cura. If I can get it off before she kills him. No. That'd be a nya. Would be nice if there was one summon we could get that would heal as well. Because there's some times where you need a little more healing than you can get out of just your white mage or your sage. Alright, we got her. Nice. Alright, 3 of the 4 Dark Crystal Fiends down. Lots of experience, that's good. And another Warrior of Dark. I have seen a theme emerging here. I am one of the Warriors of Dark. When the powers of light or dark become too great, the cloud of darkness is created to return the world to the void. Only the hope inherent in the forces of light and dark can stop it. Now go, Warrior of Light. I will assist you with my power of dark. Okay. Okay, well, one more enemy to go. And he was a nasty one. Quite nasty. He was much harder than she just was. And she used Meteor like he did as well, which is why he was so hard. But he used Meteor a lot more, and it seemed to do a lot more damage. Plus we ran out of cures, so this time we're running from everything till we get to it. Ambushed! No! No! Alright. Here we are. Back at this dude. Alright, let's get this done. The wrath of Dark has nearly reached its zenith. No one can stop it, least of all you. No, I think it would be... We probably have the best chance to stop it, but... What you meant to say is no one can stop it. I mean, like, we're the Warriors of Light, so that's kind of our job, right? We're destined to stop the forces of the Dark Void, whatever. If I remember correctly, no magic really did anything to him, so it's Chocobo time! Unfortunately, it's like all we can do. So yeah, Chocobo must just do static 753 damage to everything. I guess that's kind of cool. At least you know what you're gonna get, right? The other ones, it's like a very wide range of damage rolls. So he did Meteor that time, and it did a ton of damage. The problem with this guy is I can't like recast haste very easily. I gotta focus on curing so much. Okay, that's good, that's good. Yikes. How did he get so many attacks off? Did he just get 2 attacks off in that round? Stop auto battle, stop. Man. He uses Meteor so much. Oh, he uses Meteor way too much. I just hope I can get Kiraga off before he casts Meteor again. Or it's game over. Okay, everyone's going to attack. Kiraga, please. Kiraga. Okay, good. That was was not so bad. A lot worse things could have happened there. Okay, he used Quake before I could cast Cure. That's not good. But not the end of the battle either. Should be okay. Still getting kind of low on Kiragas, honestly. Meteor? Seemed to use Meteor a little bit less in this fight than he did in the first one. Okay, so how does he get to cast Meteor and then Blizzaga in the same turn? That is just absolutely devastating. Also be nice if my summoner could, you know, do some actual damage. It'd be nice. Now you better not to get to cast another spell before I can cast a Rise. Alright. Alright. Only 4 more Kyurarga casts left. It's getting scary. Hopefully we can take him down. Blizzaga, not so bad. Almost want to cast Haste again, but I'm afraid that I could go badly. 3 more Kyurarga cast. Alright, here we go. Come on. Crap! That's gonna take out the summoner, isn't it? Yep. I mean, he is doing the least amount of he's the least useful one, but still. Running out of Kyurarga. Just hope he doesn't cast Meteor again. Please don't cast Meteor again! Okay. Oh, jeez. Some rounds he gets off 2 attacks, so it's almost like he has a certain speed stat where he can get off 2 attacks sometimes. It's not good. If he does Meteor here, we may just be done for. Alright, I should survive that, yep. Alright, so last cast of Kyurarga, please. Let's take him down soon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kill him. And we died. Oh, what a clutch victory. We were totally dead. Like, no matter what he did, we were dying there. So, now, I'm guessing this probably doesn't revive us. Luckily, we have a ton of Phoenix Downs. I am one of the Warriors of Dark. This Wrath of Dark will affect not just your world, but both of our worlds will succumb. The Void is coming. But with our powers combined, we can still stop it. You must destroy the Cloud of Darkness. Alright, well. We released all the Warriors of Dark. I guess here goes nothing. Time to go for the final boss. Almost feel like we need to grind a little bit before we get there. As tough as these guys were on us, I feel like the final boss is going to be even tougher. I mean, it only stands the reason the final boss would be tougher than these guys. But then again, this is an early Final Fantasy. The final boss could be an absolute joke. I don't know. Some of the final bosses of the previous 2 games are pretty ridiculously easy, so. You know what? It's auto battle. Attack, attack. Jeez. Whatever. We'll just do Shiva. So Garm is pretty much just like Cerberus. Except he's not Cerberus. Cerberus. Dollar store Cerberus. He's the Dollar General Cerberus. I will say the sprites of the enemies in this game are very cool, but they reuse a lot of the same sprites at the same time. They are pretty cool. This is a great grinding spot. We're making a lot of experience points, and the battles are going pretty fast too, so that's good. Yeah, with auto battle, it makes it so much easier to grind. Alright, we'll get our other ninja up in one more level, and then we'll go ahead and give the final boss a try. Should only take, what, like 1 or 2 more battles, and the other ninja will level up. I just wish the summoner was as useful in boss battles as he is in random battles. One more battle. Also wish I could go get Bahamut. I have a feeling we might actually stand a chance against Bahamut at this point. Let's go. Alright. The cool thing about this game, too, is we really haven't had to do much grinding until we got to the final dungeon, which is pretty cool. Ambushed. Let's go check out this final boss. I'm gonna see real quick if we can leave one more time. I'm gonna try to leave the dungeon one more time. This is where we came into the dungeon. Yeah. Nothing doing. That's a bit disappointing. But whatever. I'm not seeing anywhere it's gonna let us leave. Oh, this music here is so good. Oh, we gotta sit here for a minute before we continue forward. We gotta listen to this music for a little bit. I just want to hear if it's gonna get even more epic, because this sounds like an intro, this whole part, to a greater, grander scale of a piece of music. But I think it might just be a loop of this. That's kind of unfortunate, but still really cool and sinister sounding. Very final dungeon, final boss sounding. Speaking of which, looks like we're here. Let's give it a try. Let's see how badly we get wrecked.
We are the cloud of darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. You and your world will be sacrificed to the void.
Not if we have anything to say about it.
Ha! This is the world of darkness. You think your powers of light can defeat us in our own land?
Aha!
Their light alone may not be enough, but our powers of darkness can suppress your evil. You would be willing to sacrifice your lives for the light? Fools! We will not let you reduce the world to nothing. Your demise is none of our concern.
But they're just jumping into it? What the heck? Oh, this game and its crazy plot. This whole game has been pretty nuts. But okay.
The crystals of darkness may be gone, but we have no need for them any longer. We will defeat you and absorb the powers of light. The world will become the void. This is where you die, warriors of light!
Oh, I want to sit and enjoy this music for a little bit. This sounds like a banger. Oh, listen to that! Listen to those drums! Oh, yeah! Absolute jam! And of course, it's just a single target boss, isn't it? Well, our summoner's gonna be useless. But it's whatever. We'll try every summon we got and see if any of them actually work. And the ninjas are doing some damage. Now, I wonder if we can do... Ooh, ow. No, ow. Oh, eh. Okay, that's about the same amount of damage that... that meteor was doing from that other boss, so that's 738, of course. Of course, our summoner is going to be useless, isn't he? We only have 11 Curagas, but we do have elixirs. If we need to throw an elixir, our summoner can throw an elixir. Hello? Yikes! Wow, okay. Was not expecting that. We might need a little more grinding. At least that summon did a little more. Let's try remove. And so it's like her only attack, that particle beam. And if it is, I wonder if we can reflect it with the reflective item we got. Yeah, that's pretty much. Look, I think I see a trend here. It's called she's just gonna spam that same attack over and over again. Okay, whatever. All the summons are doing the same amount of pitiful little damage. Here comes Particle Beam to kill us all. Oh! Hey! We lucked out, I guess. I bet her weakness is Chocobo Kick! What do you want to bet? she does Particle Beam, though, we're pretty much done. Alright, we got a Kiraga off. Good. We might survive. We should survive. Yeah. Chocobo Kick does max damage. That would be hilarious. Does the same amount of damage as all the other summons. Might as well go with it, right? Actually, yeah, auto battle that. I wonder how much HP she's got. Probably an absolute ton. An absolute truck ton. Oh boy. So I'm never going to be able to get haste off again as much as I have to keep constantly healing. And she's just going to spam Particle Beam. Kind of a disappointing final boss. Great. I mean, not disappointing as far as difficulty, but disappointing in the fact she has one attack. Wow. Okay, 5 more Kiragas left. We're gonna need an elixir at some point. Hopefully we can get this cure off before the Particle Beam. And we didn't. So that means, yeah, not looking good for us. Our chances of winning are dwindling quickly. Man. Not good. Not good at all. I mean, that's all she does. That's literally all she does. Just same attack over and over again. Okay, I'm gonna have to throw an elixir here in the next couple turns, so. If I can keep surviving this Particle Beam, we got it, we're gonna win. But that just means I have to get Kiraga off every time before it, and I'm gonna have to throw an elixir this next turn. Now the one ninja's gonna die, so that's not good. Oh, he survived. I did less damage that time. Need to throw an elixir. Dang it. I knew there was gonna come around where I couldn't get cure off before the Particle Beam. I'm just gonna... This is... Man. Well, she's tough. She maybe spam the same attack over and over again, but she's tough. I guess I go for the Arise. Hope we can survive another Particle Beam. Be nice if she had a little bit more of an AI script. I mean, this same attack over and over again is just lame. Absolutely lame. And we lose. Huh. I guarantee you, we're not gonna get the clutch victory we got in the last battle. Yeah. So like, she does have just a regular attack where she just attacks, but it seems to be very rare that she uses that. It's pretty much just particle beam every turn. That's pretty disappointing. What a disappointing final boss. Well, we're definitely gonna have to grind more levels. There's no way we're winning against that. It's a shame that the summoner is absolutely useless as well. We almost might as well just go ahead and change the summoner to a different job, but I don't know what. I don't even know what I would do with it, because magic in general is useless. I guess two white mages, but then I'd have to leave and go find some more white magic. That's the problem, is I can't leave, so. I don't know what to do other than grind levels. And just get to the point where I can survive the particle beam for multiple turns. A cheap final boss. Oh, grinding is so much fun. Oh, where am I going? So does Protect just not work at all in this game? It seems like every time they cast Protect on themselves, I'm still doing the same amount of damage. Okay, so it does revive. If I was, for some reason, not a Phoenix Downs. Alright, well. I guess I could cast spells to make this go a little faster. So this is pretty much what we're gonna have to do, is get to the point where we can just cast Curaga and yeah, just be able to spam Curaga and Chocobo Kick and attack and not die from the particle beam. It's gonna take quite a few levels too, unfortunately, it looks like. Probably need to get up to like level 50. I mean, that makes sense. Like level 50 would be around the level you would expect you would be at the final boss, right? In most games. Seems like a nice level to be at. So we got a couple more levels we need to go. This is gonna take a little while, but luckily we got auto battle, which speeds up the battles quite nicely. Also, we could change our summoner to something maybe that's more effective, but I just can't think of anything that's more effective. Other than maybe like Knight, maybe make them a Knight. Physical damage definitely is more useful than magical damage, there's no doubt about that. But then I would have to grind more just to get them up to a level where to get the... It's a shame. I really like Summoner class. It just seems so useless in boss fights, though. It's good for grinding levels, I'll tell you that. If I would have known, I would have... If I'd have known magic was going to be so useless in the final dungeon, I'd prepared myself with 2 healers. It had 2 healers and 2 melee, and that would have been enough to... We could beat the final boss right now without having to grind levels. The problem is we can't out-heal the damage she's doing from particle beam. Well, this episode is going to be a little bit longer, but that's all right. It's the last episode, and we beat the final boss. This will be our last episode, so it's all right to have the finale be a little longer than the rest of the series. I'm fine with that. Wow. It seems like every level we go up, our damage output's going up exponentially too. So hopefully we can just do more. Oh my goodness, why all of a sudden is he doing so much damage? That's amazing. I love what I'm seeing. So yeah, maybe level 50 is the key. We get up to level 50 and we'll be doing a lot more damage, so that'll help out too. Was that level 48 or was that 49? 48. So yeah. Our other ninja's at level 49 and he's doing so much more damage all of a sudden. I like it. So let's see if we get everybody up to level 50 and then we'll go in and try the final boss again. Why is she attacking instead of doing Kiraga? Now he's not doing as much damage. Maybe, can you get critical hits in this game? Are there critical hits? Maybe I got a crit or something. I haven't noticed crits until. But then every now and then there is just a wide fluctuation in the damage rolls you can get. It's weird. Very, very weird. getting more HP too, obviously, from the level ups, which is going to be nice too. It's going to help out a lot. See, every now and then he's like, whoa, putting out the serious damage. And that's some dang good damage he's putting out right now. It's gonna take a while to level up again. Yo, protect ain't gonna protect you from Judgment Bolt. Honestly, it might be worth changing the summoner back to an evoker and then using Ifrit for that extra healing. So he can use healing light. He'll use healing light every now and then, and he'll do a little bit of damage from casting Ifrit. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to get a little more healing involved. Like if I could get Kiraja instead of Kiraga, another leveled up. They get yet another level of healing, but that's not gonna happen. Right, we're getting there. We getting there. You know what else might help is to turn our white mage or our sage back to a devout. I believe she was doing more healing as a devout, and she also had more charges of Kiraga too. Our sage is at level 30 though, and our devout's only level 17. She can use the same equipment. I'm not using any black magic from the sage, which is a really cool thing, that the sage is kind of like a red mage. And in fact, you can cast white and black magic. How many? See, but we get more charges of Kiraga this way. Honestly, it looks like we get more charges of magic just in general. Arise, we get 9. We didn't have that many out of the sage, even at level 30, and this is level 17 devout. Yeah, this looks like we get more. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. As a devout instead of a sage, which is weird. It's a higher level job, but okay. I mean, the ninjas are so OP, it's ridiculous. Which is the same level job as sage. Yeah. I wonder if they're, yeah, we get more Kiraga casts, so that's good. And I'm pretty sure they were doing, not only to get more casts, but I'm pretty sure she was healing for more per cast as well. Let's see. But yeah, a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit. Every little bit helps. This way she can level up Devout too and hopefully be doing even more healing with even more charges. I wish I'd have thought of that before we started grinding, but whatever. All right. Just a few more battles. Now, I don't know exactly how they did the job levels for the leveling up. It would have been really cool if, like, the higher overall level you are, the faster your job levels up. That would have been a cool little mechanic. I don't know if that's how they did it or if there's something like that going on, but I was just thinking about that. It'd be really neat, like, the higher level overall you are, the faster your job levels up. That would make sense, but I don't know if they were all about making sense with this game, because a lot of this game doesn't make sense. Oh my goodness, the damage! Like, not being able to leave the final dungeon doesn't make much sense. Alright, so we're gonna have another level up to level 50 for our other ninja, and maybe once both of our ninjas are level 50, we'll go ahead and give the final boss another shot. Guess there's no harm in trying. Oh my goodness, I think we're getting crits or something. The amount of damage was insane! Yeah, one more battle and both of our ninjas will be level 50. Oh, gal, 23 hits. Beautiful. Alright, well, let's go ahead and give that final boss another try. Maybe able to beat her this time. Let's see, oh no, he wasn't. He's level 49 now, not 50. But there's a long way for anybody else to level up again. I mean, we'll come back and grind more if we have to, but let's give it another shot. I wonder why the Sage gets so few spell charges compared to the Devout. I mean, the Devout is almost half the levels that my Sage was, but she has already has more spell charges without leveling up more. It's just weird. I would not expect that. Alright, here we go. We've already read all this text, we're good. Just want to try this final fight again. I love how they just jump into the... Let's just jump into the void, guys. That'll help. And you guys could have just stayed and fought alongside us. Shoulder to shoulder. I think would have helped out a little more than this. But, I mean, what do I know? Maybe not. I do love the Cloud of Darkness design, though. She looks very, very cool. I like it. I mean, I guess it's Chocobo Kick for the win for sure with you. Try to get haste on one of my ninjas and go for the win. Are we doing more damage? It seems like we're doing a little more damage. We definitely got more HP. Chocobo Kick's doing a little more damage too. Not a lot, but a little bit. We're taking the same amount of damage though. We got more. We do have more cast to Kiraga, which is good. Whoa, that damage we just did there. That was amazing. I wish we had enough time where we could recover enough to actually be able to cast haste on both of our ninjas, but it is what it is. They're both doing a lot of damage. That's for sure. Alright, it's probably gonna kill. Nope, he survived. And the problem is here is I have to hope she doesn't just cast Particle Beam every single turn like she did last time, but I have a feeling she's going to. If we can get Kiraga off before the Particle Beam though, that really gives us a great chance of winning this. Oh my goodness, 6,700 damage! Haste wore off, unfortunately, and I'm not gonna have any time. I'm not gonna have be. There's not gonna be zero chance of me casting haste again. She's just gonna particle beam every turn, and it becomes a war of attrition. Because eventually, the particle beam's damage is gonna outpace what I can heal, and then I have to make tough decisions like what to do here. We got so many elixirs. I'm gonna use an elixir on you, and I'm gonna cast a rise and see how this turns out. It would sure would be nice if I had a healing summon. Every turn. Just so lame. So lame. I love her design, but I wish they would have given her more AI than just particle beam every single turn. You could have made this fight more interesting and still been just as hard with just a different, just instead of spam, same move every time. I don't think we're probably not even anywhere close to killing her either, are we? Okay. That was cool. She didn't particle beam. But she particle beams before I can heal the next turn, so game over. Well, looks like back to the grinding board. And now she's acting before my white mage every single time this time now. Pretty insane. I'd say the fatal flaw of this game is you can't leave the final dungeon. Because you get to this final boss and you're like, well, I want to go buy some different magic, or I want to go learn Bahamut, and you're just like, nope, you're stuck here. Too bad. Beat the final boss, or don't. It's not even going to feel fun once we beat this boss. just because of this. So, like, yeah, if I could improve one thing about this game, it would be leave the final dungeon. Being able to leave the final dungeon, and that would just make all the difference in the world of this game. Because now you're just locked in here and it's just grind until you're a high enough level that you beat her. It's not... kind of sucks some of the enjoyment out of it for sure. It's not even going to feel like a real achievement being able to beat her. It's going to be like, well, I grinded enough till I beat her. I didn't go and get super powerful stuff like Bahamut. It just doesn't make any sense. And my summoner is so worthless, I'm just leaving him dead because I heal for more with my Kiraga when there's only 3 of us. I'm gonna have to make sure I time an elixir too, so I don't learn out of Kiragas. If we can keep up with this, we're gonna win. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take. Not a matter of if, but when. I'm gonna still be happy I beat the final boss, but it's not gonna feel nearly as cool as it would have if I could have left, gotten some supplies, come back. Alright, next turn we need an elixir. So, being able to leave the final dungeon and better AI for the final boss would have made this game a lot higher on my overall list. Because the game has a lot of really good things about it. A lot of things I really enjoy. There's a few things about the game that are just very questionable in the decision-making department. Very, very questionable. That's not good. Well, we lost again. Because it's just relentless particle beam until you're dead. I don't have enough time to even revive my other dude. Oh, well that's not cheap at all. That's not cheap. Not at all. That's totally cool. Ugh. Now we're gonna get stuck in a loop of this. Arise, particle beam, arise, particle beam, arise, particle beam, arise. See, this is why better AI would have made this so much better. We go in a loop here. This is why AI for any enemy is so important. This is lame right here. This is not fun at all. This is not fun. This is very lame. It took what could be an amazing final boss fight and just makes it lame as can be. Yeah, we win. I'm not even excited. Lamest final boss in the series so far. I mean, so far. This is the only game I never finished, so lamest final boss of the entire series, easily. Look, the design looks cool. I like the premise behind the final boss. I like everything but the freaking AI. Just particle beam, 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 particle beam. I mean, wow. Very imaginative, guys. In the beginning, there was the void. Then came light and darkness. From them, everything was born. The heavens, skies, water, fire, life. Time inexorably brings all back to its beginning. But from life, something new was born, a shining force that separated the light from the dark and illuminated the world. It was called hope. When the balance between light and dark is broken, and the world again slides towards oblivion, the chosen will appear once more. Do not forget that the source of the warrior's power is the hope that lives inside us all. Dreams, despair, love. Time can obscure it all. Do not accept this, do not forget it, and time will never erase what life has to offer. Find your last remaining spark of light, a light that shines brightly when all else is dark, the light of hope. Very cool. Let's see what kind of ending we get here. I'm still not sure where I would rate this on a list of all-time Final Fantasies. Obviously, the final boss and the final dungeon hurt this game immensely. This would easily be in the top half of Final Fantasies, in my opinion, without that. But I still don't know exactly where I would rate it. So let's watch the ending, and maybe that'll change my mind. Probably not, though. It's an early Final Fantasy, so I'm not expecting too much. You're all still here! Vash, Artax, Vivi, Sarah! You did it! Well done! No doubt you're the true heroes of this story! Not half bad! Come on, it's time to go home. We can't fly over the mountains for some reason. That's another... There are just weird quirks to this game that hold it back from being up in my top echelon of Final Fantasy games. Just a lot of weird quirks. And I'm not even talking about the ridiculous story. I actually like the ridiculous story. I like when there's comedy in Final Fantasy. To me, one of my biggest complaints about some of the newer Final Fantasies is the lack of comedy. Like in 15. In 15, the lack of comedy hurts that game so much. It would be so much higher on my list, but instead, to me, it's one of the worst Final Fantasies. It's down in the very bottom. It'd be pretty high up on my list if it not for the absolute lack of comedy. And the comedy they try just is not funny at all. This game has comedy in spades, and I appreciate that. Just like 5, the quirkiness of 5 is so much fun. The quirkiness of this game is so much fun. Every Final Fantasy that has... There's a balance usually. Like, this game's a little more quirky than it is a little more quirky and funny than serious. Whereas 6 is more serious, but has its quirks. And I appreciate both types of Final Fantasy games. The ones that I think fall flat and aren't as good are the ones like 15 that has almost no comedy that lands and just become boring and dreary and monotonous. This game was fun. It has a very fun atmosphere to it and some really cool, funny moments and some quirky characters, and I like that about this game. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure's all ours, but I think it's about time to return to Amur. So we're going to return each of the people who helped us to their home. That's pretty cool, I guess. I like these guys. See, these guys were all comedy, and it was very, very, very much a refreshing part of the game. When you get to this part of the game, and you meet these guys, and the craziness that ensues from these 4 is so much fun. I really appreciated that. Fellas! You're back safe and sound! Of course! Barely broke a sweat. Without your help, we would have never had made it. Thank you. If you ever need help, we're heroes be there. Come and train with us anytime until we meet again. We've reached Eronia. I suppose I must return. Of course, you're the king. Thank you for everything, Your Highness. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty. But, okay, I don't really see the difference, but alright. It was your light that saved our world. It is I who should be thanking you, brave warriors. If I can lead my kingdom with even half the courage you have shown, I will be content. You have my sincere thanks. Cat alert, we got a cat playing with a cat toy. Sound the cat alert. I don't know if that came through on the mic or not, but that was funny. He ran through here with the play rolling a little jingly cat toy ball around, as cats are known to do. Oh, we're going back to our world? Cool. So we took the Nautilus instead of the Invincible. Was the Invincible not able to come up to this continent? I wonder why we're flying the Nautilus. Whatever. We've almost reached Canaan. Guess it's my stop. My wife's probably worried sick. Wait, I'll get off here too. Why do you want to stop in Canaan, Dash? Well, I just want to check in on someone. Huh? Oh, fine, it's Selena, okay? Oh, you wanted to see her? How sweet. Oh, come on, leave me alone. Got her. Go get her, tiger. See, stuff like that's great. Oh, so cheesy and ridiculous, yet funny at the same time. Brings a smile to my face. Honey!
Oh dear, not in front of your friends. You're embarrassing me.
Selena!
Dash, please don't ever leave me again.
Never, I promise. Come on, honey. We can't leave these kids. We can't let these kids show us up now, can we?
Oh, fine. Just one kiss then.
Whoops, I got a lot of carried away there. Sorry about that. Let me know if you can go on any more adventures. I could always lend a hand.
Oh, no, you don't.
Looks like you're not going anywhere for a while, Dash. Don't rub it in. You're welcome back here anytime. Besides, you're still got to try my wife's cooking. Thank you, Sid. Dash, we'll see you later. Okay, I'm enjoying the ending so far. This is very nice. This is kind of what I expected when they started taking everyone back. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it's uplifting. I like it. Shall we head back to Sasune now, Your Highness?
Can't I stay with you? I don't want to go home just yet.
But Princess Sarah.
Don't you understand? I want to stay with you.
Oh.
Did I embarrass you? Come on, let's go to
Now the question is which ninja is it that she wants to stay with, huh? We got two ninjas. Maybe she wants them both.
It's we're home.
Or it's we're home.
Oh, I can't wait to see where you grew up.
Welcome back.
Oh, Vash, Artax, Phoebe, Sarah, you're home.
We did it, Topapa, Nina.
Well, I always knew you were destined to do great things.
We are proud of you.
Welcome home! You saved the world! Wow, you're amazing! Oh my, I love it. So I guess they weren't joking about you being the Warriors of Light?
Heroes, get a kiss from me! Pucker up! Not so fast!
Oops. Alright, Sarah, chill out. Jeez, it's not like we said we're an official couple or anything. Golly. The world is now safe from the darkness. All this is thanks to your pure hearts. Thank you, Warriors of Light. What's going on? Oh, look, the light! What? Did the light just shake the ground? Alright, the crystal is back to its former brilliance.
It's beautiful.
The darkness has dispersed and a new dawn has come.
Alright, is that the end, or is there more? Okay. Oh, no. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, and to the crew who brought the originals to life, we offer you our profound and heartfelt thanks. We get the same thing at the end of the first 2 games, and you are welcome, and thank you for making such wonderful games throughout the years. The entire staff at Square Enix and the original staff at Squaresoft, very good. Yoshinori Kitase, always fantastic. Very good, very good. Thank you so much for all the memories of all the years. This game was so much fun to play, and the Pixel remasters have been so darn good. To me, they have been the definitive versions of at least these first 3 games. 1 is the only one that I'm not saying it's the absolute by far best version of the game. I like the Origins version of 1 a lot. But I think the Pixel remaster is right up there with it. Final Fantasy II, Pixel Remaster, by far, not even close. Best version of that game I've ever played. Final Fantasy III, best version of this game I've played. Now, but like I've said before, I've only played 2 versions of this game, the 3D remake and this version. This version, far superior to the 3D remake in every way. As far as my overall rating for this game in the Final Fantasy, as far as comparing to other Final Fantasies, it's above 2. And that's not saying a lot. 2 is way down on my list. But how far above 2 is it? Is it above 1? It's close. To me, this is neck and neck with 1, somewhere in the middle of the pack. And I would probably jump it above 1 if it weren't for just a few bugaboos that this game has. The final boss, the final dungeon, the stupid fact that once you get the invincible, you can't just fly over mountains, you gotta hop over mountains. It's pretty dumb. And it's so annoying. That one part of the game where you have to go up and down over the mountains, like hop, skip, and jump over the mountains, is super annoying. Takes away a lot of points from the game. I know that part of the game is a pretty short part of the game. It's not a huge part of the game. You don't have to do it an awful lot. But that hurts the game a lot, in my opinion. Another thing that hurts the game is I don't know how to say it. It's not really the story. The story is good. It's not great. It's serviceable. There's not much story. It's closer to 1 as far as, like, to me, the story of 2 is good. It's pretty darn good. They tried. They kind of regressed in storytelling in this one. But at the same time, there's a lot of elements of comedy and ridiculousness added in that I enjoyed and brought a smile to my face and made me laugh at just some of the absurdity of this game. But yeah, to me, big points that come off are final boss, worst final boss in the entire series. The design is cool. I'm talking about the AI. Just that she literally spams the same attack over and over again, and that's a problem with a lot of the bosses, not just the final boss of this game. The bosses in this game are just one big attack, same big attack, over and over again. There's not a lot of strategy. It's just stay alive and do a lot of damage. That's some of the negatives of this entire game. I love the job system. This is the first time they've implemented it. It gets so much better in 5. Final Fantasy V is the absolute perfection of the job system. Maybe, I'd say Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics is where they perfected the job system. They really hit it a stride and a new level with 5, though, where the job system is really good in 5. Really fun. It's good in this game, not great. The fact that as you unlock different jobs, you unlock a better version of the same job you've already have, that's like, it kind of ruins it in a way, but it's not the worst thing ever. If they were going to do it that way, maybe you should have just had your jobs upgrade, like have like 5 or 6 jobs, and those jobs upgrade as the game goes on, instead of unlocking new jobs that are just better versions of those old jobs. That would have made it more fun to me, in my opinion. As far as the soundtrack goes, this may be the best of the first 3 games. The soundtrack in this game was freaking fantastic. But is it better than 2? 2 soundtrack, I love the soundtrack for 2. Even it being one of the weaker games to me in the series, the soundtrack is still so good. There's the track Pandemonium alone is always been one of my favorite tracks of the entire series. I love the Pandemonium music in the final dungeon. The final dungeon music here had some good moments, but to me could have been better. The final boss theme was really good, but I was looking for something a little more epic in the actual final dungeon, kind of like Final Fantasy II's Pandemonium theme, which is absolutely epic and amazing piece of music. But Uematsu did it again. It's another hit in the music category. Very catchy music, great battle theme. Just the regular battle theme. The boss theme's great. I'm trying to think of any other tracks that stood out. This theme that's playing right now is very good. It's not the best, but it's good. Like, there's a lot of catchy tunes. There's a lot of music that's reused in this game, but at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because when you get good themes, you like to rehear them throughout the game. I don't mind when each individual section doesn't have its own individual music. I like it when certain sections have their own individual feel of music, and then themes are reused and brought back throughout the game. So I like the combination of original themes with reoccurring themes mixed together. And I think that this game did that pretty well. So I'd say overall, I would put this slightly below 1 in my overall rankings. But definitely above 2 when comparing it to the original 3 Final Fantasies. And 1 I have below 4. So this would definitely be below 4, which we're going to be playing next. And I sure hope next week when we do 4 that it lives up to the original, because the original version of 4 is so good. Not in my top 5, but it's up there in my top half. I mean, when you're judging 15 different games, top 5 is elite territory. So my rankings as of right now would be 6, number 1. We'll go from 1 on down. 6, 7, 9. And after that, it starts getting a little harder. I say 10, probably after 9. 6, 7, 9, 10. 5. 6, 7, 9, 10, 5. I actually might put 5 above 10. It's hard to say. Maybe 6, 7, 9, 5, 10. But those would be my top 5. 6, 7, 9, 10, and 5. In some order. Those are my top 5 favorite Final Fantasies. Then after that would have to come 4 and 1. And this one, 3 would be up there. But I think I might actually put 12 above 1. So it would be 6, 7, 9, 10, 5, 4, 12. And of course, I never rank the MMOs. They're hard to rank. I'm not a big fan of MMOs in general, so it's hard for me to rank those. I'm kind of biased. So I would say 4. What did I say? 6, 7, 9, 10, 5, 4, 12. Maybe 12, then 4, 4, and 12. 4 and 12 are in that range. Then would come 1. Then this one, 3. I definitely would rank this one above 13, 15, 8, and 2. For sure. Although, I've been replaying the remaster of 8, and I have a lot of fun with it, even though it is probably my lowest rated Final Fantasy as far as my personal rating. So, and what's weird is so many people really like 8. That just goes to show you that, everything's very subjective. 8 is by no means a bad game. It's just not a great Final Fantasy. It's still a great game. And that I think, should really tell you a lot about what I think of the Final Fantasy series as a whole. Fantastic games. Even the worst Final Fantasy is still a great game, in my opinion. So on the bottom of the list, you have 13, 8, 2, and 15. In some order. That's no order. That's just... Those are my least favorite. And we've come to the end. So yeah, this one would go about middle of the pack for me then. Very fun. Very enjoyable. Its brevity really helps it out a lot. The final dungeon hurts it a lot. The final dungeon had two things different. Just two things different to the final dungeon. And this game I would rank above the first Final Fantasy. I would put it above 1. And I would... Yeah. I think it would just jump at one spot if two things were different. You could leave the final dungeon and go explore the world and get more supplies. And if the final boss had more than one attack. If those two things were different, I would rate this above the first Final Fantasy. But I don't think it would skip 4 or 12, even if those things were different. So yeah, it would move it up a slot. But that would put it in what? At number 6, 7, 9, 10, 5. And then I would put 4 and 12 right after that. So it would put it in the top 10, which I guess it kind of already is, right? 4, 12, 1, 3. Yeah, it's already in the top 10, but it'd move up one spot. Whatever. To me, though, those two things are so bad. They're just so bad. Like, why? It makes, when I think back on it now, it kind of makes me want to slide it down even further, but out of the top 10. But I can't do that because the bottom 5 are 15, 13. Well, not bottom 5. MMOs I don't rank because if I rank them, they would be in the bottom 5. But they're not bad games. I just don't care for MMOs. Ain't all about the MMO life. So anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Great game. Love the Pixel remasters. Fantastic. Fantastic with the soundtrack. I'm going to save our complete game file and return to the title screen. Because I need to what I need to do is compile 2 lists. My favorite Final Fantasy games and my favorite Final Fantasy soundtracks. Because those 2 lists don't look anything alike. Which is so weird. I'd have 8 at the bottom of my favorite games. But I'd put 8 at the top of the best soundtrack. Best soundtrack, least favorite Final Fantasy. That's weird because in order to be considered one of my favorite games, normally it has to be one of the best soundtracks. To me, soundtrack is one of the most important elements to a great game. If a game does not have a good soundtrack, it's hard for me to say that it's a great game. But a game can have a great soundtrack and still be a bad game, because Final Fantasy VIII is not a bad game. It just has a lot of problems that weigh it down. It's kind of like this game. If there were a couple things differently, it would move up a spot. If there were a couple things different to 8, it would move up a lot of spots. It would probably be in my top 5 easily if it weren't for a few fatal flaws. All I gotta say is draw. 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 The biggest fatal flaw is draw. Yeah. If it wasn't for draw, Final Fantasy VIII would be in the top half. And if it wasn't for some of the stupid plot elements of that game, it would be in my top 5. A couple things different in the story. If they would have changed just a couple elements in the story and made it a little more believable and not just absolutely utterly ridiculous towards the end of the game, where it just, some of the things that happen in that story are just, oh, come on, man, moments. I would definitely rate it in my top 5 easily. It would be probably up there with 9 and 6 and 7. I don't think anything could dethrone those 2. It would be probably right after 7. It'd probably be right after 7 or right after 9. It would be easily in my top 5, if not for draw and some of the ridiculous story elements. Some of the story of 8 is really good, and some of it is absolute utter crap, and just makes you shake your head and go, what, are you kidding me? What lazy writing in some parts of 8. Some parts of 8 are good, though. Alright, well, let's check out some of the music, because I'm still not sure where I'd rate this in soundtracks. I really like a lot of the last battle. This was good. Oh yeah. No, this is the before this is called Last Battle, but this is before the final boss. This is the music that it plays on the walk up, which is good. It's suspenseful, but to me it just sounds like an intro that's looped over and over, and the song never actually gets started. Which is like why this is not as good as Pandemonium, because Pandemonium has that. Okay, here we go. Never mind. It's getting into it now. Not as good as Pandemonium. But good. Okay, now when it kicks into gear, this is amazing. So before you walk up to the final battle, it's just playing the intro on loop, and then when you get into the final battle, it really kicks into gear. I like that. This is really good final boss music. Uematsu brings it like no one else can, I swear. Oh, this is so good. All right. Okay, yeah, I like this track too. This has a really pretty. I love it when Uematsu uses harps. He's really good at harps and bass guitar. He is so good at writing pieces for harp and bass guitar. It's not even his bass guitar work is. I mean, some of the best bass lines you'll ever hear in your life come from Uematsu songs. His bass guitar writing is amazing. I mean, you can really tell from Uematsu's bass guitar lines that he's a big fan of jazz and rock and roll music, for sure. Like, his bass lines are so jazzy and rock and roll. It's the normal battle theme. And I really like the touch of when you're in the mini sections where you're tiny in the game. It's a woodwind quintet. And they did the same thing with the fanfare, too. They changed the fanfare. It's really cool. That is really cool. I like that a lot. And this song is okay. It serves its purpose. It's a little overused. Opening theme. Very pretty. Keep the village of Ur. I do like the village. I like his peaceful village songs too with Uematsu. They're really good. Very, very soothing. I like the overworld theme a lot. I love the quirkiness too. Oh, when he goes quirky, he goes good. This is a quirky song. Like in 4, where we're coming up, I can't wait to hear the remix of Mysidia. The Mysidia theme is so much fun, and I can't wait to hear it remixed. This actually kind of reminds me a bit of the Mysidia theme slowed down a little bit. But it has its own feel to it, too. It's got that quirk to it, but it has a little mystery to it as well. I like that. It's very good. Okay, the Dungeons theme is a bit overused, and it's not bad. This one's pretty generic and just meh, meh. Okay, I like this. Not bad. Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this one. Like I said, I love it when Uematsu goes quirky. Here you go with the quirky. Very whistleable. Very catchy tune. I love this one. Nepto Shrine. Pretty good. I'm trying to remember like the parts of the game that these were used in too. Because that means that makes a big difference. This is the first time you get on the Enterprise. Very good adventurous music. I feel like I want to explore the world to this music for sure. This song definitely serves its purpose well. Living Forest. Okay. So this one's kind of that mysterious meets quirky that Uematsu does so well too. I like this. I like this a lot. I remember there's one track that I didn't like at all, but I think all in all this is a very, very solid soundtrack. I really like this track. This is good. Okay, what about the Ancients? I want to find the track that I didn't like at all. Like almost all of the tracks I liked a lot. There was one, and I can't remember where it was used. Somewhere towards the middle of the game. That was just meh. Didn't really care for it at all. It was a bit obnoxious. But this is pretty. Oh yeah. Okay, when that flute comes in there, brilliant. That's genius. Absolutely beautiful. It almost makes me bring a tear to my eye. I mean, I'm close to like tear it up. That's so beautiful. And it reminds me of 9, which means 9 took it from the earlier games. 9 took so much from these early games that I really didn't appreciate it until I went back and played 1, 2, and 3 now. How much 9 was already one of my favorites, and it just becomes even more one of my favorites now that I've played the early games again. Replayed through them. Final Fantasy 9 is so good. And also in contention of one of the best soundtracks of the series too. Oh, the soundtrack to 9 just gives me chills. Just gives me goosebumps. It's so beautiful. And it's unique sounding to all the other soundtracks too. Although if you would compare the sound of 9 to any of the other soundtracks, it'd be these early ones. Like it has the early feel to it. But it's fleshed out so much better. I always gotta love the Chocobo theme, right? Tower of Owen. If I remember, this one's just okay to me. I think it's a bit repetitive if I remember correctly. Okay. Yeah, I like the tension it brings. It is a bit repetitive now that I'm remembering this track. Oh, this is good. More Uematsu quirkiness. I'm still haven't found the one that I don't like. There's one I don't like, and the rest of the tracks I like. It's just a matter of do I like them or do I really, really like them. I just like this one. I like. Don't really like it. I like it though. It's good. Castle Hein. Okay, yeah. I like. This is another one I like, but I don't really like. It's just yes, it's good. It served its purpose. It wasn't overused. Okay, this is battle theme too. So this is boss battle stuff. I like the boss music. Good stuff. This is Requiem, so this is when you die. Right? I like. So this is the first time you get the Enterprise and you can fly it instead of just sail it. And it's very similar to the original Enterprise theme, but it adds a few layers and a little extra excitement and energy to it. I like that a lot. This is a very good airship theme. Still haven't found the one I don't like yet. I know there's a theme in this game I don't like. Because I remember when I played through it, when we got there in the playthrough, I was like, I don't really care for this song, and which is something I don't usually say of Uematsu. I love almost everything he's ever done. It's not this one. This is good. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I like this. Uh-oh. This is good. I remember this one. This is where everybody was dancing. When you played the piano in that one place, everybody started dancing. That was awesome. That was definitely one of the highlights of the entire game. So much fun. Final Fantasy honestly should do stuff like that in every game. I don't know why they would ever try to get too serious. What is so appealing about the older Final Fantasy games is they could be serious, but they could also be fun at the same time. It was the dichotomy of the juxtaposition of both. We're trying to save the world from the absolute most evil thing in the universe, but also we're having fun, and there's funny, lighthearted moments too, because that's life. It's when the fantasy games mirror life that they become the best. I mean, you just gotta think about it. In life, there's the serious moments, but there's also fun. There's also goofiness. This is so much fun. This is too quirky. This song has, I forgot how many quirky Uematsu moments there were on this soundtrack. And I love it when Uematsu goes quirky. He does quirky so well. He must be a quirky guy, because he does quirky so good in music. I mean, he's got to be a serious guy too, because he does epic and serious just as well as quirky, but his quirky is so good. He's got to be a really complex, diverse guy, right? To write all this complex, diverse music. I like this one too. Oh, this is it. This is the track. I do not care for this one at all. This is easily the worst on the entire game. It is just so monotonous, repetitive, and just, it's a big nothing burger. Yeah, I do not like that at all. It could be one of my least favorite Uematsu tracks I've ever heard. It's so uninspired and just repetitive. I mean, maybe Uematsu just hated Saronia and wanted to write something uninspired and repetitive for that town. That town, I think, could have been used a little better than it was used in the game too, and was pretty lame part of the game. Which is funny because it's by far one of the biggest cities I've ever seen in a Final Fantasy game, but it's very meh. Just a meh part of the game. Ooh, I love this one. Oh, oh, I love this track. Oh, this is definitely one of my favorite tracks in the entire game. Oh my, this is so good. I love that haunting melody. And the background audio, that dong in the background. Brilliance. Absolute brilliance. And the part of the game that this was in, and this atmosphere fit that Sunken Temple part of the game so well. I love it. Okay, this is good. Okay, this was okay. When was this? I don't remember this track, but I love it. Just some simple piano, but it's fun. I love it. I love it. So there's probably another piano somewhere in the game where you play it and people dance, I'm guessing. Because that's what this sounds like. I don't remember this from the game, though. It's very repetitive, but it's so fun. It's not a very long track. It's only 36 seconds, so... The Invincible music's alright. This is so good. This is so good. The Forbidden Land Eureka. So this is what played when we were in Eureka. I love this. Love this. Another one of my favorites from the game. Very cool. Also very good, the Crystal Tower. And then the Dark Crystals. The last battle, which is... Last battle is... Oh, that's tough. That is really good last battle music. So yeah, all in all, this is definitely... I'm going to have to say this is my favorite of the first three of the soundtrack-wise. This is Uematsu continuing to grow from the first to the second to the third game. They're all very good. I'd rate all three of the first three Final Fantasy soundtracks up there as very, very, very good. Very solid, very strong, very, very few tracks that I just don't like. Like the Saronia track. I don't like it. Just not good. What's funny is I can't think of any songs from the first or second game that I just don't like. I think that may be the only one in the first three games. But in this game, all the other tracks are so strong and so good. And some of the haunting melodies in this game are just so good that it's hard for me to think bad about this soundtrack or rate it. Even though I can't think of a single track in the first two games that I don't like Saronia. It's probably the weakest track of the first three games easily. I still would rate this maybe above those, even with that one track that I don't like, because the other tracks that are good are so good. 2 might get a slight edge over this, just because Pandemonium's so good and probably one of my favorite pieces of music in the entire series. And it's an early Uematsu track, and the redoing of it in the Pixel Remaster was just out of this world. They made it sound so good. I mean, it's good in the original Famicom version, but in the Pixel Remaster, oh my goodness, it's so good. It gives me chills just thinking about it. It's so good. So, I think that's going to do it for Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster. Let's have a round of applause for this wonderful game and the wonderful crew that made it. A round of applause for Uematsu. A round of applause for the whole Final Fantasy crew at Square Enix. Well done. Yet another great game. And that's going to be that. Come back next week and join us for some Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. Can't wait to get into that. My very first Final Fantasy game I ever played. And I certainly hope that they do the game justice in the Pixel Remaster. Can't wait to hear that music. Oh my goodness. If you think the first 3 games have some good music, oh, it takes it up another notch in 4. Oh boy. 4, 5, and 6 crank what is already amazing soundtrack up to 11 and then breaks the knob off. 4, 5, and 6 are 3 of the best soundtracks of the entire series. And I can't wait to get into the second half of these first 6 Pixel Remaster games. Because from here on out, the soundtracks just get better, and better for the next 3 games. 4, then 5 takes another step up, and then 6 takes another step up over 5. Just when you think Uematsu can't outdo himself, he does it again. And then it kind of levels off for me with 7, but then takes another step up for 8, and another step up, well, levels off for 8 and 9. I want to say another step up from 9, because 8 is pinnacle. But yeah, 6 and 7 to me are on... I wouldn't put 7 above 6, but I can't really put 6 above 7. To me, they're right there. You know what I mean? They're both really good. And then 8 takes it up another notch. And then 9, I can't really put maybe a tiny step below 8. 8's probably the best. Let's just be honest. 8's probably the best soundtrack of the entire series. But that's going to do it for the day. Best soundtrack, worst game. That's 8. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, Shiny Mew. Thank you for being here in Beyond Chaos. You guys are great. Thank you so much for showing up in the chat. It makes me so happy when anybody at all shows up, but when more than one person shows up in a night, that makes it just that much more enjoyable. We'll see you in the next one. Adios, amigos.